The question at hand is simple and profound. Indeed, I believe it is going to be the most important question of the 21st century. Can China rise peacefully? My answer is no.
China is one of our most important trading partners. Our people-to-people relations are strong, and we need China's help, and they need our help on a range of questions, from pollution and climate change to dealing with North Korea. And yet at the same time, there are serious questions about how China intends to use its growing power. And there are reasons why people are nervous, particularly in Asia, because the Chinese have used mercantile tools, cutting off exports, boycotting countries, and military or paramilitary tools, sending ships and planes or declaring no-fly ADIZ. And so the U.S. Has to contemplate a future with China that will probably be benign, but could very well be difficult, tense, and in the extreme scenario, hostile.
I often call China the autistic power. It just does not seem capable of understanding how its behavior really scares the rest of the region.
We're at a moment where the West, in a sense of not quite defeat, but that it really can't do much more. You know, we have economic crisis. We've already been fighting a war on terror. You heard the president say that. Why does everyone want to use military after a decade of conflict? We just feel we've done as much as we can. But the rest of the world doesn't stop, especially those that want to revise the current pattern of international relations, revisionist rising powers. And like Putin, and I would argue the Chinese, they will strike. They will be opportunistically aggressive when they can get away with it. So if we continue on this path, then I expect them to continue on their path.
The immediate goal in China is hegemony, is to be the overlord of Asia. And they're very focused on that, and they're doing everything that is consistent with that strategic goal. And that places us at odds with them.
I wouldn't like to alarm everyone by saying we're at war with China, but we certainly have profound differences which they're prepared to settle by force.
General Martin Dempsey, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, issued a fairly alarming statement recently as part of a major military strategy that the Pentagon produced. And what he said was that he feels that the trends in Asia are heading towards the potential for a major conflict in Asia. Obviously, he wasn't specific to China, but clearly China is front and center on everyone's thinking in the Pentagon in terms of strategic threats and the rise of a new military power that's gradually asserting its control over many parts of that region.
I personally worry about a collapse in North Korea in which there's miscommunication so that the South Koreans and the United States forces that are in South Korea are somehow drawn in to stability missions in Northern Korea, and the Chinese hawks don't agree with letting either South Korean forces or American forces cross the border into the north at all.
This is how wars start. This is how miscalculations take place that lead to larger wars.
Certainly Washington, D.C. is divided about how this is all going to turn out in 30 years. If you read history by really good historians who use the archival documents and try to show what it was like at the time, then you see the contingency of events. The outcomes are not known by the players at the time. Looking back, somebody today was a fool. Somebody was really wrong. Somebody made all the wrong decisions. They didn't listen to another group that said, no, take this path. But now we don't know the outcome.